Okay. All right. So maybe it's working now. I won't be on here long. As I was trying to say earlier, it was only 60 degrees at 10 o'clock this morning. If it was even that, maybe 57. And for some reason, I got sunburn on the top of my head through my hair. And I have blonde hair, which reflects the sun instead of absorbs it. But my head was burning up. It felt like there was a magnifying glass and a fire over top of my head. And, mind you, I used to be a brick mason and I've spent most of my life outdoors. Never have I had sunburn on the top of my head. But right now, it feels like the top of my head's been burned. And so, and like I said, it was only, 60 degrees if it was that. And it was actually chilly in the shade where you needed long pants and a jacket. But sitting in the sun, it was burning the top of my head. So that was strange. But also last week we had a G1 storm that wasn't predicted, but we had it. I took still shots of it. I didn't pull them up yet though, because I wanted to check and see what was going on now, as we have another asteroid coming by us that's over a mile long, and me and some young ladies saw it looked like 100. I guess it was the micro satellites that they're supposed to be trying to put 12,000 of them up. So we saw 100 of them go by last night. It was the weirdest thing ever. At the time we were looking at them, we didn't know that it was the satellites, because they look just like stars, same distance and brightness, and but it was a straight line of them going across the sky. It was like never ending for a couple of minutes. It was really strange, but apparently that's supposed to be, um, for some reason they're trying to launch 12,000 microsatellites, claiming so they can have internet everywhere. But I think there's other reasons. They want eyes on the sky because of stuff they see coming in that may be causing them panic. So anyway, last week it's all was looking, you know, pretty low, right? Not as low as it's looking here. That's real low. But anyway, we're finally seeing some blue back in this. Not much, but there's a little blue. Um, and we had a G1 storm out of nowhere. So, but remember that big explosion I showed you off to the right of the, excuse me, off to the left of the sun? Well, so everybody was saying, well, it's not Earth facing. Well, apparently something was Earth facing because we did have a G1 storm 2 days after that. So, anyway, the rest of this looks like it's been looking. This was doing this last week too. So I don't know what's affecting that satellite, but something maybe. But here's the big question. Whoops, a little too fast. So the doctors called me today, and I had some tests done the other day, and they called me because some of them didn't come back normal. And I guess it's something I never thought I'd have issues with is my kidneys. So apparently my GFR is too low, and my creatine is too high. So I looked it up, and anyway, so they called me because they wanted to refer me to a nephrologist. And anyway, it's probably kidney disease brought on by long-standing hypertension that, for so many years wasn't being controlled because uh, I couldn't afford the doctors or the insurance. And, I was being punished tax-wise because I couldn't afford it. So they were taking more money for me to make sure I couldn't even pay out of pocket to go to a doctor. So anyway, now I guess I got chronic kidney uh, issues. I have to go see them and see what they say. But looking at the levels, it's not kidney failure, but it is chronic kidney issues. So I got to get that under control so I don't have kidney failure. If that's what it's probably, like I said, it's probably brought on from, darn it, from having high blood pressure and not being on the medication for all those years. Because, that's why they call hypertension the silent killer, is because as long as your blood pressure is too high, it's damaging your organs. And we know the kidneys are an organ. So, usually untreated diabetes and untreated high blood pressure are the two main causes of CKD, chronic kidney disease. So, anyway, we'll see when I see the specialist. But looking at what my numbers were and researching it, that, like I said, it's not real low. The CF, CFR, GFR, excuse me, is not real low to indicate kidney failure or, I need a kidney transplant or dialysis at the time. I don't think it's that bad, but it's, we'll see. So that explains some of the other symptoms I've been having, though. All right, this is even looking better now. It doesn't have all that light blue in there as it did before. But for some reason, that sun was burning really bad today at 60 degrees. I've never had sunburn in the top of my head before, but I got it today, so I don't know. Because it literally feels like I stuck my head in the oven and burned it. That's what it feels like right now. That's what it was feeling like in the sun today. So, anyway, I will not be up here. Why is it giving me that? I will not be up here real long tonight. Anyway, they doubled my blood pressure medicine. And when I went in this evening, because I had to go, I had trouble getting my long-acting asthma medicine. So I went back to the pharmacy today. This is 3 trips now up there. So they didn't have it in stock. Oh, hey, Brian. Yeah, $136 a week. And no, I haven't gotten the stimulus yet either. But anyway, so they didn't have, They didn't have it yesterday, so he ordered it. And he's like, come in today. So I went in today, and he didn't have it. And he said,